So there is no such thing as your feelings behaving in ways they shouldn't in certain situations. But let's say, for example, that you say, my husband did something nice for me and I got furious. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't seem like the appropriate feeling in that situation. What's going on there? The reason it doesn't make sense to you is because you've not yet followed that fury back to your perspectives at the time. If you're not far enough in your recovery yet that you understand these sorts of things, let me tell you that it's very probable that the fury was born from an unconscious or a subconscious perspective that you're not even aware of. But it still comes from a perspective. Our perspectives can be unconscious perspectives and they can be subconscious perspectives. I'll give you a real life example of that. A husband told me the other day that he asked his wife, who has borderline personality disorder and who had her hands full, she was busy with something, the day was getting long in the tooth. And the husband said he saw that the kids were probably hungry and saw that she was busy, and he thought, I want to be helpful here. Let me ask her if she'd like me to make sandwiches for the kids. So he did that. Honey, would you like me to make some sandwiches for the kids? And she threw her things down and she said, seemingly out of nowhere into this full rage, I'll prepare the food as soon as I'm ready. I'm working as hard as I can. Can't you see that? The scientists studying that, do you know what conclusion they'd reach if you are to believe these fake, stupid, idiotic studies that people are always bringing up? Oh boy, they'd love to stick some electrodes to her forehead, wouldn't they? And then what would they say? They'd say that her feelings behave differently than other people's feelings because other people, their feeling, they don't fly into a rage over something like that. Brilliant of them, isn't it? What are they leaving out? The perspectives that this wife with borderline personality disorder is interpreting that experience with. What if I sat around for 30 years telling you that you're stupid, you're worthless, you're lazy, you can't do anything right, and now you believe that about yourself, and so for another 20 years you've been telling yourself that every day? What perspectives are you working with when I ask you if you want me to make the kids a sandwich? Do you hear the question, would you like me to make the kids a sandwich? No, you don't hear a question at all. What do you hear instead? You hear an accusation. Yes, you hear an accusation. You don't even hear a question. All you hear is your husband telling you, you're worthless, you're lazy, you're not doing your job, you're not a very good mother. It's an accusation, as happened in this case. Why was it an accusation for her, and why would another wife just turn and say, oh, honey, that's so sweet. Yes, if you don't mind, could you make them a sandwich? I'm sorry, I'm real caught up in what I'm doing. Why do the two people react differently? Because the wife who responds, oh, this is a nice thing my husband's trying to do, is not living with the same underlying subconscious or unconscious perspectives as the wife who is living with the perspectives that she's worthless and a terrible mother. In this real life example, do you think that the wife I'm telling you about is aware that her perspectives made her hear what was not there? Made her hear what is not even there? An accusation. No. Because the perspective she's living with, the perspectives we're talking about, this foundation, is subconscious or unconscious. She hasn't even begun to do the work yet to recognize that she lives with that thinking and those perspectives. And do you see why it's not her feelings behaving in a different way than all people's feelings behave? If I believed that I was worthless and somebody said something to me that I perceived was enforcing that idea or amplifying that idea, do you see that I'm already in pain? I'm already living in pain with these constant messages I'm telling myself. I'm worthless, I'm terrible. And then somebody says something innocent to me. Do you see how, from my perspective, I'm always waiting for that message to be confirmed. And then when it is confirmed, of course my feelings are going to react that way.